Hey, Spo, you mentioned their physicality after game one, obviously without Bam. It seemed like the Lakers, again, their size and physicality was a factor, especially on the glass. How big of an impact do you think that was?
Well, yeah, I mean, it clearly was in those moments of truth when we had opportunities, to get the game closer. It usually seemed to end up in some kind of offensive rebound or something near the basket. But this is the deal. And if you want something badly enough, you'll figure out how to overcome it. They have a great size, and Anthony Davis is, an elite player. We're trying to get something accomplished, and you just have to go to another level. That's the bottom line. I love a lot of the things the way we competed tonight, but I think another level would have put us in a position to have an opportunity, a real opportunity there at the end, and that's what you want. And that's part of the process of learning, how to get to that next level. So we got some time tomorrow to review it, own it, and get better.
Next question, Tab Deportes.
Hi, Coach. The next game maybe will be the most important game of the series for you guys. What is the biggest adjustment the team needs to do to win the next game?
Yeah, every game is the most important game. Tonight was the most important game. But we'll get to work tomorrow. I need to look at the film. We need to get together as a team and come up with a plan, for game 3.
Thank you.
All right, next question, Mark Schwartz.
Eric, 2 things. One, what does another level look like right now with Bam and Goran on the sideline? And 2, what is it about your group, to watch Udonis talk to them in the third quarter? You can see the passion and the resiliency in that guy's veins. What is it about your group that can overcome what the world thinks is an impossible mountain?
We don't give a shit what everybody else thinks. Whatever, your first question, how did you phrase it? What will it take? Whatever is necessary. It's simple as that. If you want something badly enough, you'll figure it out. And our group is extremely stubborn, persistent, and we just need to figure out, how to overcome this opponent, and that we respect the high quality of opponent that we're playing. You got to figure it out and overcome it.
Malika?
So you said after last game that you just didn't think it was a good example of Heat basketball. Tonight, where does that fall on the line between Heat basketball and very far away from Heat basketball?
Malika, I'm not necessarily going to grade it. I mean, certainly it was a much better competitive disposition. Our guys brought it. And look, if it ends up being whatever it was, 10, 12-point game, then we need to make up 10, 12 points to overcome that, 13, 14 points to make sure we get the win. That's what we'll get to work on. But look, I love these guys. I love the way we compete. We have to figure out how to overcome this and get over the top.
Tim Reynolds in the back.
Eric, I know you don't want to – I'm certainly not suggesting you go gimmicky or anything, but are you taking enough threes? Do you want to get to a place where you're even getting more of those up, especially early?
I do need to get to the film, Tim, but that is a good point. When we got it to about 10, several times during the second half, thought we rushed some of those possessions. We don't want to play prevent offense by any means, but execute a little bit more with poise and get the exact shot that we want. And oftentimes that shot probably would have been, some kind of three, but it takes a little bit more patience and poise and intentionality to be able to generate a few more looks. Yeah, I think I would have liked a few more looks, but we had, opportunities with free throw line, opportunities in the paint. it was just some of those rushed opportunities when we had opportunity to get that thing to 10, see if you can get that to 4.
Next question, Anthony Chang.
Obviously, with Goran and Bam out, so much fell on Jimmy's shoulders. Played 45 minutes, career high in assists for the playoffs. What did you think about his performance, especially offensively?
I love Jimmy. And what we're all learning as a group, you lay it all out there. He is a supreme competitor. You can't define him by any analytic or typical viewpoint of how to play the game of basketball, because he's going to compete and he's going to find different ways to compete, to put your team in a position to win. And it was 45 minutes of everything he had and career high in assists, and he's going to have to get to another level. That's the deal, and he loves that type of challenge, and we have 48 hours to figure that out.
I know it's less about schematics, but after playing zone so sparingly in game one, what went into the decision to use it so heavily tonight? Was it just personnel that was available and knowing guys are going to have to play big minutes?
A little bit of everything. Yeah, some of it's personnel, some of it, it was a different look, for our defense. But we didn't finish a lot of those plays. So I don't think it really would have mattered man or zone. There was, probably 8-10 of those possessions where we just did not finish it with that next level of commitment, which has to, this opponent is going to require us to go there.
And the last question for Coach Spoelstra, Jarrett Weiss.
Tyler and Kelly had to step into much bigger roles tonight with the injuries. How do you feel like that went?
Hey, they're a big part of who we are, regardless. I mean, KO got obviously a lot more minutes, but Tyler has been this guy for several weeks. So we're not going back on that now. This is who we are.
Jimmy, a lot of people will look at the injuries that you guys had. They'll look at the fact that you're down 2-0 and you're up against LeBron and Anthony Davis, and they say this series is over. What don't those people know about you and this organization?
That we're never giving up. We're going to fight, and we're going to ride with this thing till the wheels fall off. It's not over. We're just down on 2. We got to do something special. We're capable of it. And I wouldn't want to be in the trenches with any other guys except for the ones that we have.
What is it about your group and you that can overcome this kind of adversity and this kind of situation?
I think we just believe. We believe in one another. We believe in what we put together, and we believe in what we do every day. But like I said at the beginning of this thing, we got to play damn near perfect in order to beat those guys over there. We've yet to do it, and if we don't do it soon, it's not going to be pretty.
Rachel, here.
Udonis Haslem gave you guys quite the speech in the third quarter. I would repeat what he said, but I would be fined by the FCC. There was a pickup after that. What words can you repeat that he said, and what was the effect?
Play harder. Empty the tanks. That's what we're going to have to do whenever we're down 2 stars like Bam and Goran. Everybody got to lock in. We got to be, 3 places at once. It's so hard to do. But we got guys that have to do it. That's what it's going to take to beat this team. That's what he said, play harder. That's what it's going to take for us to win a championship, play harder. Do I feel it affecting me? Oh, yeah. I think that we got to do it from the jump, though. It shouldn't take him telling us to do that, But I like the way that we responded to it. But we got guys that when you tell them what it is, we normally respond. So maybe he should just start the game off cussing people out.
Next question, Nick Friedel.
Jimmy, speaking of communication, you said the other night that you didn't need to say anything because everybody knew what to do and knew what you hadn't done in game one. As you go into game three now, do you feel like you have to go individually to guys and give them a little pick-me-up speech to keep everybody's spirits up, given all the adversity you're facing?
I think everybody's spirits are already up. I think we know that we still have yet to rebound in basketball. I mean, when you're giving guys 2-3 shots at putting the ball in the basket, eventually one of them's going to go in. I like the looks that we're taking on offense. We generated enough points. Maybe we get back a little bit, foul a little bit less, but the main thing is rebounding. I don't think that we have to tell anybody that. Like I said earlier, maybe we just got to play a lot harder and know that that's how we're going to squeak out a win in the end. But there's really not too much to say to our guys. We understand what we have to do.
Next question, Manny Navarro.
Hey, Jimmy, your approach tonight offensively, obviously without Goran and Bam, you were setting up teammates, 13 assists. Can you just speak to what your mindset was? Tyler said they were trying to get the ball in your hands every time they could.
Just make the right basketball play, knowing that I need my guys in order to win a game. I definitely do. They know that, and I will continue to play that way because that's how we're going to win. That's how we've played all year long. And just because, we're in the finals, it's not going to change. I'm comfortable with the guys taking the shots that they take, creating the offense that they create. And we're gonna always live with what we get on offense.
Tim in the back right.
Jimmy, two things. Were there things in the second half that you saw that you think can carry over, like things that were working that you think can carry over to Sunday? And then the second thing is, I'm sure you addressed it already, and I apologize, but we all know how much Bam and Goran want to be out there. How much does it hurt you knowing that they're hurting, that they can't help right now?
Yeah. I mean, all in all, I just think what we took from the second half is how hard you really have to play. I think that's the main thing. We got all the shots we wanted. Got a rebound, but I think that just goes to playing hard, putting your nose on the ball, affecting the game in so many different ways. Yeah, we miss those guys. Obviously, what they do for us on both ends of the floor. But just as people, what we feel for them. This is what they've played basketball their entire lives for. And for them not to be able to go out there and compete, I can only understand.
Malika?
Jimmy, to kind of build on that, Eric Spoelstra said that both those guys really lobbied him hard to play today. What did you see from that lobbying? Was it in the locker room? Was it in practice?
Every second of before the game, they want to play. They do. But Coach understands that you got to take care of your guys. You don't want it to get too bad. But, yeah, we need those guys. We want those guys out there with us. But it's bigger than basketball, man. We want them to have a long career. And whenever they do get back in the series, we want them to be ready to go.
Next question, Mateo Mayorga.
Jimmy, tonight you guys gave up 56 points in the paint. From your perspective, what didn't the Heat do to limit the Lakers' effectiveness in the interior?
We didn't rebound. They was getting all types of offensive rebounds in the paint. We didn't get back. Same thing as the first game. Eventually, we're going to have to fix it because that's how we're going to win. We got to secure the ball. We got to get back and stop them from dunking and getting layups and free throws. If we do that, I think we might be all right.
Last thing, Jimmy, you played 45 minutes tonight. If Coach asked, could you go all 48 next game?
I think so, yeah. Whatever it takes to win. You guarantee me a win with me playing 48 minutes, I'll take it.
Thank you.
All right, and our last question is Jarrett Weiss.
You guys ended up shooting better percentage-wise from the field, got to the line twice as much as they did. Do you feel like you're on the precipice of turning this around?
Yep, I think so. I think that if we get more shots up and them get a little bit less because the offense rebounded the ball so well, I think we're in a better position. But like I said, I like what we've been doing. It's just that we got to play harder. We got to rebound in basketball. We got to get back. We really got to lock in to what we're supposed to be doing. If we do that, we're going to turn this thing around.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Hey, Tyler. Defense seemed much improved in the second half to get you guys back in a little bit. What do you feel like changed on that end of the floor?
Just our rotations and our energy. I feel like in the second half, they felt us more on closeouts, rebounding, boxing out. They started to feel us a little bit more in the second half. And I think we won the second half because of that. Obviously, we're not trying to win halves here. We're trying to win games, but, it's a start. We're just going to have to carry that into the next game.
And then next up, oh, go ahead, Dave. You have another question?
I was just being down 2-0. Obviously, a better performance today than game one, but what's kind of like the message, I guess, now going into these next couple of days?
We're down 2-0. It's the first time this playoffs that we've been down 2-0. Been down, period. And the message is that, our backs are against the wall, and how are we going to react? We have two options. We can fold or we can fight like the Miami Heat do. And, we know what kind of team we are. We know what we're capable of. And the next game, we're going to have to fight and make some plays. It's not going to be easy.
Thanks, Tyler.
All right, next up we have Manny with The Athletic. Go ahead, Manny.
Hey, Tyler, you guys obviously played a pretty good game offensively, shooting and everything. And I know having to fill in for Bam and Goran wasn't easy. But can you talk about the way Jimmy, he kind of did it all for you guys, setting you up, and just the role that he kind of played tonight and keeping you guys in the game on that offensive end?
Yeah, we were pretty much trying to get Jimmy the ball on every possession possible that we can. We know how good he is and what he does for us. Jimmy was Jimmy tonight. He created everything for us. He was everywhere on defense for us, communicating, being the leader he is. I got to be better. We got to make more plays. We got to help him. But Jimmy did good tonight, and he generated a lot of things for us.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have Maggie with Heat TV. Go ahead.
Hi, Tyler. You guys shot 50% tonight from the field, but so did the Lakers. I was just wondering, with you guys playing zone a lot, if there was any consideration to you guys switching to man, and then just what defensive adjustments you think you can make going into the next game.
I think our defense was better in the second half, like we said. And for the next game, it's just it's gonna take more. Coach always says you have more to give. You give more, and we're playing on the biggest stage right now. The last two teams in the NBA playing, and our backs are against the wall. And we have to give everything we have. We need to, empty our tanks out there and live with the results. But we can give more. We can play harder, and we can control the things that we can control.
And then also tonight, you became the youngest person to ever start in an NBA Finals game. Was there any difference tonight for you personally after you having that first game under your belt?
Not really. Whatever the team needs me to do, I try to do to my best ability. Obviously, and I can always be better. Tonight, I feel like I could have been better. Just having the other team feel me more on defense, rebounding the ball, getting better shots, making more plays for my teammates. But I'll be better in game 3, and I think we all will.
All right, Canty's up next. Go ahead.
Hey, Tyler, following the last question about you playing in the start lineup, does that changes your game a little bit? Now starting from the bench and then starting from the lineup. And what I mean by this is the tempo of the game. That changes your game per se in the court when you started right from the beginning.
Not really. At the end of the day, it's basketball. I'm still playing with my same teammates that I've been playing with all year. So, starter coming off the bench, I got to be my best. There's no excuses at this point in the season. we're playing in the NBA Finals, and at the end of the day, I got to be better.
All right, and last question is for Cameron. Go ahead.
Hey, Tyler. You may have mentioned it, but I was wondering kind of what you felt you guys can build on and take into Game 3 to kind of get you guys a W. You mentioned kind of making them feel you on the defensive end, maybe you being a little bit more aggressive, but I'd like you to answer that. What do you feel you can take into Game 3 to get you guys a W?
Well, we'll look at the film and watch it and see what we can take away. But from my point of view, I think the energy that we had for spurts throughout the second half, you've seen how we can play, how we can, chip away at their leads. And we can make runs ourselves, but I think we need to be able to play almost a perfect game against them. We know how talented they are, but there's adjustments that we'll make, and we'll be better for Game 3.
All right, thank you, Tyler.
Hi. You have tonight a big block shot from facing Anthony Davis. How you feel in this moment, at this moment?
I'm upset. We just lost. So, man, there's not too much to say. Lost Game 2. So we got to watch them and prepare for the next game.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Manny with The Athletic. Go ahead.
Hey, Kendrick. Offensively, it feels like you guys played a really good game. Obviously, having to fill the shoes of Goran and Bam is tough. Can you just talk about the way maybe Jimmy led you guys on that end tonight? And all of you guys contributed, but it felt like Jimmy was really trying to be a playmaker and set everybody up.
Yeah, we're going to live and die with the decisions Jimmy makes. We're going to put the ball in his hands and let him make plays and find guys, whether that's scoring or getting assists. So we love the ball in Jimmy's hands and the decisions he makes. We're going to live and die with that all game.
And is there anything you guys could do? I mean, they got 16 offensive rebounds. I know you guys were fighting in there, and they got a lot of size, but anything you guys can do to kind of keep them off the glass a little bit better, because it felt like those second chance points really helped them.
Yeah, we just got to fight some more, smash and put bodies on guys. I mean, they can't just walk in the lane and just get rebounds. They have to get physical with them down low and box out.
Thanks.
All right, next up we have David Wilson, the Miami Herald. Go ahead, David.
Hey, Kendrick. As you know, the offense, like Manny was just saying, was pretty good all night. Defense was kind of shaky in the first half and seemed much improved in the second. Do you guys feel like you kind of maybe started to figure some things out in the second half? And just kind of generally, what do you feel like kind of was the difference on that end of the floor from the first to the second half?
Second half, we tried to stick with the game plan. We cut the lead down, and we just wanted to keep chipping away. And we wanted to get it down to 10 and then get to 6 and keep trying to chip away. And unfortunately, we came a little short. And we fought to the end, and we're going to continue to fight.
Tyler was just saying he feels like you guys pretty much have to play a perfect game against them. And even today, you saw they basically had the one long run at the end of the first half that created the separation that was tough for you guys to get past. Is that just a challenge with this team that they can put together a run like that, and in transition and stuff like that?
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely a challenge. And what he said was true. I mean, we know the talent they have on that end. The ball's going to go through all the offenses, basically going through LeBron and AD. So you have to try to cut that water off and limit that. And we have to play an almost perfect game to get a win. That's what it takes. That's what it takes to win a championship. We know that.
All right, and final question goes to Maggie with Heat TV. Go ahead.
Hi, Kendrick. I know that there are no moral victories, especially in the finals, but you guys were down 18 and fought back to get within 4. Just what does that say about the fight that this team has, that no matter what people outside might be saying, you guys just never quit?
We know what type of guys we have in our locker room. We have some high-level competitors, and we're going to continue to fight until the clock hits 0. No matter who's on the floor, all the way down the line, with our roster, our DNA is guys that fight and compete.